The last thing we need to do before creating pivot tables is setting up our data in a table. This isn't exactly necessary to create a pivot table, but it will make it a lot easier. Let me show you why. Over here on the left, I have data set up in a table, and on the right, I have plain data. So if I quickly create two pivot tables, and I'll show you why it is better to have your data formatted as a table. You don't have to worry about following along while I go through these steps. Alright, so if you have a look at these two pivot tables, the one on the left is from data formatted as a table, and the one on the right is from data not formatted as a table. If I were to go and add an extra line of data to this data set, and then do the same for this set of data, now I go to each pivot table and refresh the data. As you can see, the pivot table on the left, over here, has been updated with the new information. The pivot table on the right didn't pick that up. That is because when your data is formatted as a table, you can reference the entire set of data. Otherwise, any additional information won't be included. So to format your information as a table, you do the following. Select all the data that you would like to include in the table. Once you've selected that information, select Insert, and then select Table. If your data has headers, you'll make sure this block is checked. If it doesn't, you would uncheck it. Now, if you were to make a pivot table on this data, you would be able to add and remove any information, and it will be included in your pivot table. I just want to show you a quick shortcut to turning your data into a table. Select your data and then press Ctrl+T and then select OK. So that shortcut again is Ctrl+T. Let's review. Why is it important to format your data as a table? Formatting your data as a table before creating a pivot table will ensure that every row of information is included in your pivot table. So if you add extra information, it will be included. If you take away information, it will also be included. How do we format data as a table? Select Insert, then select Insert Table. Or alternatively, you can press Ctrl+T. Now you're ready. In the next video, we're going to go through the steps to creating our first pivot table.